I feel like this is more like clickbait. This is more like something to veer our attention towards this now. You know what I'm saying? Like just to distract us from what else is going on. Because at the end of the day, it's like, bro, like this is just y'all beating a dead horse now. You know what I'm saying? Like this storyline and this headline that y'all been running with Shedeur Sanders is it's not his third string quarterback or he giving attitude at the combine and now he's in the league and he you know what I'm saying he has to work for it. It's like it's beating a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I kind of get it because I feel something else is coming on the line. So you need more distraction. Who better distraction than top tier melanated niggas? You know what I'm saying? And we talking about Deion Sanders. You know what I'm saying? Easily top tier. As soon as you mention his name, is everybody focused like, what happened with Deion? You know what I'm saying? So it's an easy. I feel it's another string that they pull in. Again, it's classless and it's baseless, but they everybody's part of the sandbox. It's part of the game that they play. Like, hey, we need this. We need you to ramp this headline up for whatever reason. I have no idea because at the end of the day, if we really look at it at the base of it, it holds no merit. It really has no baseline. And then for somebody to speak on his platform to do that, you know they allowed it. So I feel why I'm going more towards this is just viewed or a tactic to distract us for something else.
It sounds completely disingenuous. The fact that him as a man has the right to tell a cultured man how to deal with his son, a grown son at that. His grown son need him more now than ever. This is one of the most pivotal parts of Shedeur's life. And you're asking this man not to be a father, not to speak out on things that really happen from his purview. Deion Sanders have more insight into the NFL than you, Jay McIntyre. You need to sit down somewhere. I know a part of your job is to tell it like it is, but you're not telling it like it is because you're telling the man to just say, yeah, go be a pro and just figure it out. Which I'm pretty sure that Shedeur is doing, but Deion Sanders for his son, like many of us as cultured men, we navigate our children regardless of what age they are. At certain points, you got to let them test the water. And who are you to tell Deion Sanders that he hasn't been letting him test the waters? Who are you? These stories are not true based on what they were saying about Shedeur Sanders. So, and that's from Deion's purview based on how he raised his son, how he prepared his son for these moments. And you're going to tell this man not to speak on something that clearly happened because to make the establishment comfortable? Have you lost your rabbit ass mind? Who are you to tell this man to not speak up because it's hurting him? It already hurt him. It already hurt him. They already pulled the tactic to show him that, oh yeah, you need to be humbled. How you gonna humble a kid that's already a millionaire? He don't make the 44 mil coming out. He makes 4 mil. He made that last year. Okay, instead of going first round, he went fifth. He's still going to start. What did it really change outside of the money? Now he loses that 44 mil. Yes, he would never get that back, but he could get it on the next contract and he could get the next contract quick. So again, it's disingenuous when you're telling another man not to be a navigational system for his son. We come from a, a, a culture and a background where the stigma is that men that look like me, my brother, and Deion Sanders, that we're not there for our children. And you're telling them and him not to continue to be there for his son that needs him? Just because he's Deion Sanders, he's still not a man, he's still not a father? How dare you? You're a father yourself. So you mean to tell me when your children turn a certain age, you just want to completely turn your back on them, especially when your children need you? Now, some kids, they might not want you to help them at all. They like, yo, mom, dad, yo, I really don't want your help. You're overbearing and I need to do my thing. I get that. But clearly, if his son needs him, who are you to tell him not to help him in any type of way? How do you know that it's not going to help him for him to set the record straight? Anytime you set the record straight helps in general in life. So you want him to fit the narrative and be like everybody else, right? Guess what? He's not like everybody else. The spotlight has been on him his whole life, and we've seen him from the age of 8 years old, even younger than that, all the way till now. So stay in your lane. Let Deion Sanders be a father. Who are you to tell him not to be a father? Who are you to tell him not to navigate his son in the right direction so he can be successful? Who are you? Anything you'd like to add to that?
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard no commentators telling Archie Manning how to police their kids. You know what I'm saying? It's just the comfortability aspect where it's like they could just hit you with the good old boy, as the good old boy scenario. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, you got to know your place. It's always that game, and it'd be the lowest of the lowest total pole type of nigga that never even played the game, but then can speak on it. How do you even have a platform to speak on something you never played? And yet we allow this. Have a debate with a nigga that never played the game. How can you do that? This is the illusion that I don't even fall into, because how, from the initial setup, you shouldn't even be sitting at the seat. It should be none but veterans sitting there. Those who played the games, those who coached, that should be talking about the game, not a nigga who read books about it and sat in the sideline as a writer and wrote about the game. You never played. You writing it from the aspect of somebody who views the game. You never played the game. You don't know nothing about practice, two-a-days, camp. But yet and still you could get paid $20 million to talk about a game you never played. This is why I don't get into the sandbox, because it's foolishness. How can you talk about something you never played and have gumption, gall, and whole foundational to speak on something? And niggas backing you up like, yeah, oh yeah, that sounds good. Knowing damn well this nigga don't got no platform to speak on. You never played the game. How? How can you speak on something you never played? If somebody can explain that to me, then it'll make sense. If you never played the game, how can you speak on it and get paid to speak on it? Millions of dollars.
To hit you with the rebuttal, well, Archie Manning, didn't come out and say it. He didn't come out and say it from the beginning. He used his power in the background, right? He did use that, but he still was able to use it. Now, did he use his power at the right time than Deion? Yeah, of course. But that ship has sailed already. Ship has sailed. So we're not even talking about him going in the 5th round, which is egregious. We're talking about the fact that you have an issue for Deion setting the record straight on why he went in the 5th round? How dare you, dude? How dare you? The truth is never tied. In the NFL, even though I love football, bro. But one thing about the NFL that irks me is that at times it appears very weak-minded when they say, "Well, why get a guy like this so he doesn't be a distraction?" Yo, if one player is a distraction to your team, then he's not a pro team. The whole purpose of having a pro team is to have great players and to have all the attention. Have all the attention. All publicity is good publicity. What are we talking about? And then we talk about that the NFL is about their money. No, it ain't. It's about a story. Because every year, guess what? Like I said, it's a meat market. The new hotness is coming out every year. There's a player right now in college that we've never heard of right now. When the upcoming college season come around, he's going to destroy it. And people are like, yo, where this kid come from? And all of a sudden, he went from being not even thought of to being 1st round, 1st pick. It happens every year. There's a kid right now that's running 100 suicides right now to get ready for his moment. So when he plays in the game, he can run up and down the field with no fear. We seen it last year with Jeremiah Smith. He came out of nowhere, one of the best receiver in college football. We see the kid Ryan Williams at Alabama. True freshmen. True freshmen. There's a kid every year. NFL's a meat market. He said, well, it's about talent. It's not about talent. It's about the story. They'll give a guy a chance that has talent. Shedeur Sanders has talent. That's why he went in the 5th round. But they deemed him a distraction. Is why he went in the 1st round. His dad, if we start losing, the first thing the fans is going to ask for is Deion. Why is Deion not the coach? Because he has success with his son coaching. Why is he not the coach? So now they're not drafting him because of the stock. But I don't want to go off on a tangent because, again, these are narratives that's done and over with. But to say that, oh, he's a distraction, oh, it's tired and lazy. What's the purpose of being an NFL team if you're not going to have people that enlist attention for your team, especially when they're great players? Don't make any sense. Shout out to the chat. The chat going in, man. Shout out to T. Shout out to Rashida. Shout out to King. Shout out to Ebony. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Y'all going crazy in the chat. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic. The NFL Finals. OKC ties it up with the Indiana Pacers.